Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Kristen with Soul Secrets. So, tonight I'm just going to talk about what I've been noticing in the collective, the relationships that I've been seeing, I've experienced, and it might be a bit of a biased view on my part because I am talking on my end of things. You'll see in a minute once I get into it. But anyway, if you guys want to, if this is making any sense to you, what I'm about to talk about, definitely give me a follow if you're on TikTok or I don't know if I'm going to be able to post this on TikTok. Hopefully I will if it's not too long. Or you can give me a subscribe on here on YouTube. There we go. Just had to put my camera a little bit higher there. So what I've been seeing in the collective is I'm noticing that, I mean, there's men, there's women that are awakening, there's both sexes that are awakening. Just give me a second, I'm going to change my music. So there's both sexes, male and female, that are going through awakening right now. However, when it comes to relationships, it seems like, just again, a biased point of view, but it really just seems like, at least in my community and what I'm seeing out there, it seems like the women are really doing the work that's required in order to heal themselves, to level up. They're really doing the work right now. And there are men that are doing the work. I am seeing some men doing the work as well, but I'm not seeing it nearly as much as the women out there. I feel like the women are on a path of self-discovery, of healing, of, doing the shadow work that's required to move up to the next level. They're trying to get healthy, mind, body, soul, spiritually. They're putting in the effort to take care of themselves. They're, doing energy work. They're learning energy work. They're healing themselves through energy healing. They're eating healthier to raise their vibration. They're going to the gym or doing some kind of exercise, whether it be yoga or meditation, in order to get physically fit. Okay, they're doing different things like that. And, they're trying to eliminate toxic relationships. They're focusing on their emotional health. They're really becoming aware and tuning in on a daily basis to, where am I at now? What do I need to do in order to feel my best at this point? They're releasing the emotions. Some of them are really diving deep into like healing their inner child. And I'm really, for the most part, I mean, that, like I said, there are some men that are doing the work, but for the most part, I'm really seeing the men getting stuck in their shadow right now. They're really getting stuck in their own darkness. And it seems like they're staying stuck there, and they're doing drugs. They're drinking excessively. They're binge drinking. They're becoming alcoholics. They're becoming drug addicts. They're eating unhealthy. Okay, they're not doing anything to support their emotional or mental health. Like, they're not getting counseling. They're avoiding it. They're not, doing other things, like maybe they're not exercising, or, just taking care of themselves in general, where they might be doing a couple things, but they're really not doing enough to level up, I suppose you could say. Not doing enough to level up or to heal their wounds. Okay. Yeah, again, they're just staying very, very stuck in the shadow, in their shadow. I'm seeing this with a lot of men, and I think especially divine masculine men. Okay, the ones that have a counterpart, a twin flame counterpart. But just in general, is that's what I'm really noticing in the community, and it concerns me. And I really hope that this starts shifting. I really hope to see. I honestly feel that the women, okay, the divine feminines, and I don't really want to say this on a gender basis, because there's same-sex couples, there's a masculine energy and there's a feminine energy, but I'm just basically talking about females and males. But you could take it either way. You could take it as, if you're in a same-sex relationship, whoever the divine feminine is in the relationship, and whoever the divine masculine energy is, okay, whoever has that energy within themselves, the opposite, right? Like one situation, or sorry, oh my god, I can't even speak right now. One energy is, more going to be more feminine than the other one. The other one's going to be more masculine. Okay, so I kind of lost track there what I was saying, but basically, like I'm thinking that God's plan, or whatever, the divine plan is, I feel that the women are supposed to wake up first more than the men, and I am seeing men waking up. I am seeing men waking up, and I am seeing women waking up. But guess what I'm saying is, I think the women are supposed to awaken to working on themselves first, more so than the men. I feel like the women are supposed to heal themselves first, more than the men are at this time, in order to wake the men up. I feel like that shift of the divine feminine coming into their power is going to awaken more of the masculine to do the same, to want to work on themselves. And that nurturing energy, when we come into our power, I think is really going to help the men work on their issues and heal themselves. Okay, I think it's going to be kind of like a cascade effect. I don't know if this is making sense to anyone out there, but I really hope it is. Obviously, you're going to have to be awakened and kind of have done some healing work to kind of understand where I'm coming from. But that's just what I'm noticing, and I really hope that this shifts soon, because what's happening is, when you start going down this path, this spiritual path, and you start working on yourself, and you start leveling up, and you start really doing the work on yourself, you're going to notice these wounds in other people. And if you come in connection with these masculines that are in their darkness, that are in their shadow, you can form a bond, but it can become a very toxic bond. And you're gonna notice things in that masculine man. You're really gonna notice all his wounds, all his issues, and it's gonna be very hard for you to stay in that relationship long term, because if that masculine man is not willing to do the work and to meet you and to rise up to your level, then there's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements, a lot of headbutting, a lot of problems in the relationship. And eventually it's going to be too much, where you're kind of going to have to go your separate ways, because you're not at the same frequency any longer. So maybe you met that masculine man when you were wounded. Maybe when you were really wounded, you met, or you had some unresolved issues that caused you to meet this masculine man that had issues himself, and that's fine and dandy at that time. But then once you start elevating and leveling up, and you start working on you, there's going to be that dissonance. There's going to be that masculine man that's down here, not working on his stuff, not looking at his shit, avoiding it, and there's going to be this feminine that's rising up, that's leveling up, that's getting healthier, working on her issues, healing her past traumas, okay? And that's going to cause that dissonance. And, you know, in those situations, there can be a trauma bond form because you guys come together for a certain reason, right? It's to teach you that you still have more work to do, that you still have lessons to learn with and work to do within yourself. And when you're at that level where you still have those wounds, you can connect with someone that also has wounds, right? And then from there, it's two broken people coming together. But then as one of them elevates and starts working on themselves and bettering themselves, then that creates the separation again because you're no longer at the same frequency. So then you separate, or you have a lot of problems that cause you to continue to separate, come back together, separate, come back together. So that's what I'm seeing. If any of this resonates with you guys, please do subscribe and please comment down below. I'd love to hear your point of view on this. If you agree with me or not, or you think, you know, because I am coming from a one-sided biased view. So I want to know if any of you masculines out there, maybe male counterpartners, are feeling like the feminines aren't doing the work or they're not leveling up, and maybe you're seeing more of the masculines working on themselves. But honestly, I think from my point of view, I think it's the correct point of view, to be honest, because I've seen so much of, like, in my community, it's mostly women that are in the spiritual path more than the men. And I'm seeing that the relationships that are taking place around me, like friends and stuff like that are going through the, you know, meeting a man that is very damaged, and they're, you know, they have some wounds, but they're really working on themselves, and then they end up with like this damaged man, and you know and then they find out as time goes on how damaged he really is, and then they have to leave that relationship because it becomes so toxic. So that's, you know, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing these men are cheating. You know, they're either emotionally or physically cheating on their partners. They're drinking in excess. Okay, they have an alcohol problem or some other, you know, addiction, drug addiction, or whatever it may be, porn addiction. A lot of them, they end up being narcissistic, very into themselves, very self-absorbed, gaslight you, and all these things. Very, very toxic masculinity is what I'm seeing a lot of. And, you know, all these problems that they have and they're not willing to look at, they avoid it. They want nothing to do with the work that's required in order to fix themselves or heal themselves. They're not willing to do it for their partner. And, you know, and that's causing, I think that's what's causing a lot of the problems nowadays in relationships. I mean, there's a lot of other things too, but I think because we're all on an awakening journey now, and, you know, our relationships are taking on a whole different meaning than what they did in the past, right? And it's so much more complicated than it used to be. And roles have reversed in certain situations, and now we're trying to get back to the traditional, you know, roles of females and males, whereas we've kind of went the opposite end, where the females have acted like males and the males have acted like females. So it's about getting back to the core energies, right? So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys on the next one. And as usual, take care and love and light. Bye, guys.